All right, so we're gonna cook some beef and broccoli. So I've got my broccoli, cornstarch slurry, some garlic and ginger minced, sesame seeds, stir fry sauce, some boiling water to cook our broccoli in, some thinly sliced chuck steak, and a marinade that we're gonna do real quick. So first things first, we're gonna get this broccoli chopped. Nothing too complicated here. Mainly just into individual pieces, what you'd imagine you'd want to bite into in a stir fry. So this can go ahead and go right in. And we are going to use the stems as well, but we're going to do a little bit of actually, I think we can just do without the stems. We have enough broccoli. All right, keep your stems so you can make riced broccoli with them, stuff like that. Just leave them there for now. So we'll grab a lid for our broccoli and let that steam up a bit. I also have some white rice going here. Almost done. But now that the broccoli is going, we are going to cut up our beef a little bit more. And then mainly, so this is already pre-sliced pretty nice and thin, so we don't have much work to do here. You can make this with pretty much anything, but the best is hanger or what's it called? Flat meat. Not skirt steak. Yeah, I guess it actually is skirt steak. And then we're gonna take this and put it in a small bowl and kind of just agitate it a bit with this mixture, which is a mixture of a couple different things, but primarily a little bit of baking soda, some soy sauces, light and dark, some Shaoxing wine, and a little bit of, I had some dry sherry, which is really nice, adds a nice depth of flavor in addition to the Shaoxing wine. So these are probably a little wide. So I think we can do the rest in one go. And you just, you can slice these any way you want to, but you want to make sure that they get kind of individualized nicely. So our broccoli's probably almost done. We want to keep it relatively al dente. So we're just going to take it off now. So any bowl really will do. Just get a medium-ish sized, heat-proof. This is a Pyrex bowl, but it's not like it's hot oil or anything, so we're all good. You could pour this through a strainer, but I'm just going to use a hand strainer. Nice green broccoli water. All right, so we can kill the heat. I can leave that there actually, because we do want this beef to marinate even for a few minutes. You can do this overnight if you want, but you really you can get away with 10 minutes or so, which is what we're gonna do now for a quick dinner. So another big bowl. We'll get all of our beef in here. And we'll just pour our full mixture in. There's a bit of cornstarch in here as well, I forgot to mention, so you want to agitate it a bit. Otherwise you get that kind of sludge layer at the bottom, and we don't want that. So this goes all in, and then we're just going to get in there with our hands and really give it a whirl. You want to really squeeze and kind of really agitate the meat. If we had just sliced this ourselves with like a cut of like a hanger steak or something like that, we would really want to probably kind of smash it almost against a cutting board, and then dry it out. When you're stir frying stuff, it's a really good idea to do that because you don't want any extra water in there. You just want it to be, as much as you can, the contact of the wok or whatever you're cooking with, and the protein or the meat or whatever it is. Okay, so nice and quick and easy. We'll leave this for about 10 minutes while we prep our wok and wash our hands. And I'm just gonna do these stems, might as well. The reason I didn't want to do it earlier is because I don't want to peel them, but I'll just kind of do a rough peel because these are really good. I got this broccoli at the farmer's market. It's very nice and tender, quite soft, so it's gonna be good. So we can just get in there. You can you want to think about the shape you want to be eating while you're stir frying, while you're cutting these up. So a nice kind of diagonal or something like that. That'll work. So just toss those in there. That's good. Same over here. Cut these straggler little leaves off. Kind of relatively large pieces. Maybe, I don't know what that is, 1/4 inch, something like that. I could be much more delicate with this, but I'm choosing not to today. Okay. Decent cut on the angle there. And the stems will take probably a touch longer than the florets. Looking for my lid. Okay, check on our rice in the meantime. Rice is looking good. Small burner. Probably turn the heat off on that actually. And let's get a little paddle and see what we're working with. Yeah, that's nice. Perhaps a touch overdone, so we're just going to take that off and move it to a trivet. A nice long handle on these copper pots, since they conduct heat so well. It's pretty easy to burn yourself. So we'll lid this for now. We're ready to serve. Now we've got a nice clean spot to do the rest of our cooking. So take our lid off and get the rest of our broccoli here. A little light. And we're quickly going to turn our wok over into a stir fry station. Broccoli looks good, nice and bright green. All right, we're done with this guy. hot water can just go down the drain. Put your wok back on the heat. Turn it off just for a second because we're not quite ready to roll yet. Do a wipe out and just get we're gonna use peanut oil because it's real nice and bland. Just a touch. Just coat the surface of the wok again. Move that around. Heat's not on, but it was pretty hot already, so coat, resurface. Did just have a bunch of water in there, so want to make sure your wok has got a thin coat of oil everywhere. Okay, so the general kind of order is going to be that we're going to work our broccoli in batches, 2 batches. So we'll need another bowl. This will do. To receive our broccoli. And then we'll do the same with our beef. And then we'll kind of just combine it all at the end. So kind of want to make sure you got all your stuff ready before we get going with the heat. Might need to turn on the vent fan or the hood, so might get a little loud for a bit, but stick with me. All right, so we can start with our broccoli now. I think we got a nice thin layer of oil on there. It's starting to smoke a little bit. So we'll just start with back on high heat, and we want to make sure we get as much water out of this as we can. It's not too hot anymore, but be careful sticking your hand in a steaming bowl of broccoli. Steam is rather hot. All right, got a nice smoke, so let's do half. We got already a good cook on this broccoli, so we're not looking to really do too much to it. Just a little bit of texture and a bit of wok, as they say. I just want to keep it moving. Starting to see a little bit of nice blistering there. Another 15 seconds or so. Just a little more color. Do a second batch. Great. A little hot still, but it's a heat-proof bowl, so good. Just a bit of color on there. Back on the heat. A little more oil for our next batch. All right, there we go. And reuse this bowl. This one's really going pretty quick. If you got a back burner that's big, you probably want to use it, especially if you have a hood, so you can keep a lot of smoke going in, or open a window. Getting there. Just a little bit of vegetable oil. Alright, leave that on the back burner. After we scoop out the rest of our broccoli, a little more oil on the bottom. Now we're going to start with our beef. So broccoli is done. I think we can probably get away with using this size bowl. So we're going to do the same thing with our beef. We're going to work it in halves. I'm going to get a little wipe down on this. Try to cover everything. There we go. Alright, same process. Maybe just a little bit more than half there, but I'm gonna keep it moving. Ooh, smells good already. Don't want it to stick. See it sticking a little bit. Probably need a bit more oil. There we go. It's a nice cut on the beef. You can kind of tell. You might have cut some pieces kind of big, but it's getting good color there. Probably go down to low. Actually seems like this wants to smoke less, so. This isn't the final cook here, so we just want to get just enough done. Alright, probably good. So, make sure you get all your beef into your bowl. And round 2. Sticking a little bit more than I'd like it, so much more oil. I want to make sure all the pieces get separated nice and evenly. This batch had the larger cuts. Some of them are sticking together a bit. Probably getting there. A couple of pieces more raw than I'd like. Looking good. All right. So transfer these over. Kill the heat just for a second. Okay. So we're gonna add a little bit of so we're gonna add a little bit of sesame oil, a little bit more flavor. And now we're gonna do the combining part. So get a little piece of beef out of there. So now we're gonna stir fry our aromatics. Shouldn't take very long, maybe 30 seconds. And then I'm gonna do a small scoop of chili crisp towards the end. Just wanna make sure these don't burn. Look like they're getting just about there. There we go. All right. Dash of chili crisp. Just gonna brighten up a little bit. Heat back to max. We're gonna get going here in a second. So I didn't mince any green onion or anything like that, but you can do that. Actually, maybe I can do it real quick. Got some growing from some leftovers. Pick that out of the clean sink. Get a cleaner knife. Just be a nice touch to have at the end. All right, we're really going here, so broccoli goes in. Beef goes in. Give it a quick stir. Get hot on you fast, so always take it off the heat if you need a second. So we're gonna do our sauce next. So you wanted to kind of drizzle this around the sides. This is mainly soy sauce, a little bit more Szechuan cherry, and then some oyster sauce. So kind of drizzle it in here. There we go. And then we're also gonna do a splash of our cornstarch slurry. Again, mix up a bit, just a splash for now. Maybe more later, we can come back to it if you don't like the texture or the consistency. So now we're just kind of combining. Most of the cook is done, so we don't want to go too crazy here. I may even kill the heat in just a second. We're just trying to make sure we're combined. It's a good ratio. That's looking good. For the heat, I think I want it to be a bit more saucy, so a little more slurry. And we've got a bit more sauce hiding out over here. That is looking good. Yeah, so we can go ahead and take that off the heat. Well, it's already off heat, so take it off the hot burner. That's what I meant. And you're buying our bowls there, and we are ready to plate. So we'll go ahead, cut some beef on that earlier, so use a fresh one. So we'll grab a bowl. We will come over to our rice. Grab a nice spoonful. Got a nice browning on the bottom of that rice there. That's a nice touch. Be a nice, really nutty flavor. And then just a nice healthy scoop of our stir fry. Don't spill it everywhere. And that's pretty much it. If you want a little bit of extra heat, drizzle some stuff on top. I think it's a nice serving there. Hit it with some fresh sesame seeds and our freshly chopped green onions. And there you have it, beef and broccoli. We'll see you guys next time.